Uno. Oh.
Pushing. Hold on. Trying to push.
Hang on 1 second. You start. I'll be right here.
Hey, make sure you retweet this. I'm not even sure if we're live. Are we live? Live or Memorex? I think we're live.
We're live.
HFR. MarketVitals.io. Hello. Happy Wednesday of Turkey Week. The turkeys, I was never one to stuff a turkey before Thanksgiving morning. I got to tell you, I have some of the fondest memories of helping the mom prepare the turkey. And, I have 10 brothers and sisters. So, she was buying steroided up turkeys well before steroids were used in turkeys. Actually, I'm not sure that they are, but for sure, plenty of 20-plus pounders in the oven at the HFR. Look at him. Dude, that was awesome. You can't even believe how awesome that entrance was. It's like you came out of nowhere on screen. The magic is incredible here. The production quality is through the roof.
I was very busy.
Yeah, that is fantastic. All right, listen, I'm going to, because I have technology at my fingertips, I thought I did anyway.
Yep.
Whoa, I don't want to do that. What I want to do is move myself.
Bobby, I was brought to tears a little bit with you talking about helping your mom.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Tears.
Never enough room in the oven for 2 turkey. Like, we didn't have 2 ovens, but to feed 13.
You had to start the Thursday before.
Well, for sure, a lot of stuff got done before. And I got to tell you, the mom, I'm fairly sure, had this been available, she would have been cherry magicking it up. 50 milligrams of THC now available in a soda-type beverage. Cherry vanilla magic.
Yeah, magic number. Local Ben company. It's been out there, I don't know, 3 or 4 years now, selling to the dispensaries. And, again, legal. Pot is legal, has been legal in most of the West here in Oregon, 6-7 years now. And before that, it was like another 5 of medical. So it's the pioneer land out here. And some of these products are pretty diverse, and it's not what your potheads thought marijuana was when in high school, right? It's a completely different marketplace. And so we bring this up to talk about, because we're always talking about stocks that are in play, and these marijuana stocks are going to continue to be in play. And the recreational side of things is just exploding, and it's just starting. So again, if you're looking for a stock to put your kids through college in 20 years, whether it's ACB or Canopy, CGC, Weed, these companies are legit, and they've got legitimate business partners from the distribution side of things also ready when the federal side says go on banking. This stuff's really going to explode. You're going to see it next to your beer, I would think, in aisles.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. When this was first coming down the pipeline a decade ago, you could kind of see the trajectory. And I had an idea for a beverage called Weedweiser. I'm sure Budweiser might have had a problem with it. But anyway, it's great to see the evolution in the marketplace. I got to tell you, though, Matt, I'm pretty sure 50 milligrams of THC in a beverage, one of them, and
well, you share it with your friends. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, exactly. That seems like a rather large dosage.
If you're a lightweight, Bob, you just take, you get 12 you get your siblings and you each do a shot.
Everybody gets a shot.
Everybody gets 1 ounce.
All right, Matt. Next up, just some more brutal, brutalness coming from COVID.
Shrapnel. Let's call it shrapnel. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, it is. I've never been. Have you been to Huber's Cafe?
I have. It's a great place. As you can see, it's almost like it's like Grand Central Station.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Union Station there.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's a really cool place. And again, a huge, I'd call it a national treasure because it's a long 100-year-old place there in downtown Bend, wiped away.
Downtown Portland.
Downtown Portland.
Downtown Portland.
Yeah, PDX.
Yeah, just the continued shit show. We just wanted to RIP a few things. RIP, by the way, Diego Maradona.
Yeah,
Poor guy. Only 60 and he passed away today. Did you see that?
He did a lot of blow.
He did like a set play. We call him a set piece. Hold on a second.
I got Warren coming in. I don't know.
He left us.
He's still there.
All right, here, man. We're rapid firing here today because I got turkeys to prep. And
got it.
Anyway, back to the election. I know this has been talked about. And what are we, day 20 in now?
Well, we were on the 3rd, so 22. Yeah,
22
days after the election. And
so
I saw this yesterday. And again, talking to John from John's Syndicate, he said, this guy's a bumpkiss odds maker, so don't believe much of what he says. And the point is, this election still has not been called. Regardless, Vegas, by the way, John also said, does not take bets legally at the
right. You got to go to the patty brokers in England.
You got to go offshore if you want to bet
right
on the U.S. political situation. The point being, nobody has won still 22 days later, and we've been beating this horse. But here we are, 22 days, which is halfway to the point where Gore, conceded 47 days later. So, we're right around halfway of that latest saga. But who knows?
I just wanted to bring this up from CNN Politics. For the people that are crying that, the union is going to collapse because of it. I just want to go and call out Barack Obama himself, former president. You were very concerned about valid signatures. And it says here in this text of this article that you deployed this exact thing because, and to your credit, like if somebody's going to run against you and you know that there's fraud and they have fraudulent signatures, why wouldn't you want to battle, right? And it's just incredible to me to see the amount of politicking going around that. And by the way, it's backfired on them all because as loud as they screamed that this was a completely fraudulent free election, now we have 3-4 state legislatures fully going to review. Anyway, I thought that interesting, Matt.
Yeah, it is interesting because it's the same old games, right? And it's again rules for thee, but not for he, right? It's the same old stuff. I mean, whether it's Gavin Newsom having lunch and partying with his cohorts, or the governor of Mass, or New Jersey, the governor, right? People, I don't know why these guys think that they can do this shit, but then when somebody else does it, they're pointing the finger. We are sick and tired of it. We are sick and tired of all politics 24/7. Let's go back to a free society where we can live and do what we want, and we don't need over-regulated bullshit. It just drives people bananas. It kills businesses. It is terrible for your health, your wealth, everything. Horrendous.
I want to bring up a couple of tweets here, and we're going to talk crypto just for a second. We like to talk crypto on a daily basis, and this is from a Twitter handle that I follow called Whale Calls. And whoa, man, every time it takes me by surprise. The Beaksy rocket.
I'm waiting for it to part your hair one time.
Or just light me on fire. But anyway, a bunch of long liquidations going on in the marketplace. And I bring this up because, more importantly, for the next tweet, hold on, work with me in technology, was this one, Matt. And this goes back to our cab driver. This Yano, I don't know who the guy is, one retweet, 15 likes. Institutional investors are starting to look like fools for not having Bitcoin exposure in their portfolios. That's the tweet. The better part of it, though, is Ali Abuelata. How much percent should one aim to and what build a position over time, or just buy the full position now? That's not the best part of it. The best part is I've been on the fence for 3 years and I've just made my first purchase. Sold. I can't think of a taxi driver anomaly. More than that, little sitting on the fence for 3 years. This perfect timer of the markets just jumped in. You know, I don't mean to be cynical, Matt, but that's the way I am.
Yeah.
And
Again, the noise this week on electric vehicles, from the Tesla noise added to the S&P 500, does not mean every battery company, we talked about this yesterday, it does not mean that every battery company involved in this space should be going through the roof. Yet this week, because it is a holiday thin week, they all did. And this happens often. We talked about this yesterday. And one of the charts I want to talk about, I'll talk about it real quick.
yeah, please.
And I'm just going to bring up one because there's literally thousands of them right now. But this BLNK charging spiked up to 38 yesterday pre-market, all the way back to the 24s, almost 23s today. Folks, this thing is heavy still, right? It's still heavy. It's still got a market cap. It's got a market cap of 810 million, and it probably does nothing in sales. I haven't even looked at the fundamentals. I can tell you they're funny, but not in a funny way. You better get your ass handed to you way if you're going to keep chasing this stuff. And again, this thing has rotated from the bullish case, and I talked about this the other day. The volume, as long as volume keeps going up, it's fine.
Right.
As long as we find more bag holders, we're good, Bobby. But guess what? There were no bag holders to be found.
Right. And the hodlers, the chart looks like too, do you want to hodl it until they turn the lights off, or did you forget to take profit? You still have profit in, you still can. I mean, there's lots of scenarios here.
If you were lucky enough to buy it last week at $10, you got a 4-bagger. By all means, 2.5-bagger still at 25. Move out, take the profit.
Right on, Matthew.
Yes, my friend.
Matt, I had a little song that I have written for crypto. I'm wondering if you would want to hear it.
I'd love to be entertained, Bob.
Well, first of all, let me just tell you that I stole the rhythm, the chord progression. This is more like a Weird Al Yankovic song.
Okay.
I've taken a classic song and attributed some crypto thoughts to it. Now, I actually wrote this song back in 2018 as it cratered after making highs.
Okay.
Hold on. It's another tricked out Lambo driving slowly down my block. The driver looks like a cock. They said he made all his money in crypto, but he forgot to get out at the top. Now the repo man's on the next block. It's a story as old as time, Matt. Right. God helps the needy, not the greedy.
Right, Bobby. That was a good one. I like it.
Hey, and when I first got into the crypto space and was paying attention, that's what you saw. Everybody was going to hodl until they had a Lamborghini in the garage.
You got it.
This whole, and as a trader for so many years, I thought it so nauseating that the aim was a Lamborghini. I mean, especially the irony, and we do live in the age of irony, is the whole premise of crypto was to make things fairer, more equitable for everybody. Right. The story wasn't, let's fill our bags and put a Lambo in the garage and fuck everybody else. It was kind of counterintuitive. Right. So when I saw all the Lambo talk, they even, there was an influencer, this guy's name? He even did a video with him in the Lambo, a pump and dumper. Anyway, that's not in the Thanksgiving spirit. That's all I'm telling you. If you have big profits, please take them.
Yeah, and remember, this is a silly week. It's a holiday week. Friday's a half day. Don't get caught in trying to overthink these markets. It is basically pause until next week, okay? Take a break, relieve yourself, get away from the screens. It's a junk market from here on out. Okay. So with
And then
that,
what is your thought generally? I mean, Matt, you've been doing this a long time. And I know that it really depends on the year, that space between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I mean, sometimes they're great markets, and sometimes there's not enough newspapers printed in the world for you to read while you sat there in the pit watching paint dry.
I will say this, it has been bullish, obviously, since March, nothing but bullish. We should continue that. With that being said, it's also been very quiet because of the election for the last 3 weeks, as we discussed. And I would not be surprised to see some volatility that is typically not there, and possibly some downside shock. Again, because everybody's thinking upside only because of what I just said. So again, you have to be flexible. It could go up, but I also think there's a high probability of a real shock in the markets to some news that we don't know about yet. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying there's going to be something from here, the 25th of November, up to say the 20th of December. If something doesn't happen between that, the rest of the year, it's going to, probably float up. And, that's just probably what will happen. And, you will see some positioning of books and large funds. You've seen it in Tesla. I mean, that stock has gone through the roof just because it was added to, the S&P 500 this month. Can that sustain? No, it's just the people, a certain amount of stock has to be bought by these indexers just to get into the position. So it's a real thing, but that's a mechanical thing. And once that mechanic is over, and done with, we could see some downside. But again, another new high on Tesla today. So I put out in the marketvitals.io feed today for our traders. I said, what's the over under on the date? When does that stop for Tesla? It will stop. I just don't know when. So.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, well, what might be a good metric to look at is that early Amazon chart.
Yeah.
And I know you've talked about that there were plenty of pullbacks, 20% or more.
Yep.
So just a thought here. You know what we do when we don't know what we're doing, Matt?
What's
that? We do
do
research.
That's right. And speaking of that, Amazon actually got a bid today. I'm going to show real quick, and then I'm going to leave it with that and wish everybody a happy and fruitful Thanksgiving. But we pulled back. We talked about this. We had been sitting just basing here at 31.15 for weeks upon weeks, and we got the little Cyber Monday rush started early. And this is the way markets work. If you want to trade knowing that Cyber Monday is coming, you should have gotten long yesterday and Monday, right? These were the days. It was down here at 30.80, filling a hole nicely. And Cyber Monday is coming, and everybody's going to be talking about it, and the stock will be up into it. Then the news is out. Heck, this thing could go to 32.80 by Monday. So buy some calls, take a flyer if that's your game. Or look for a pullback. If you didn't buy it, look for a pullback, or buy a little here and a little if it does pull back. It's in one way. That's my gift to you for Happy Thanksgiving.
The gift that keeps giving.
That's right.
All right, Matt. Listen, I know you got things to do. I know I got things to do. What we always are doing though is trying to build this marketvitals.io community around mutual accountability and mostly honesty, like honesty on evaluation of market, and not so much the fundamental side. We really just try to keep our eyes on that technical. And by the way, the profile actually a technical indicator? It's not. No, it's just a snapshot of the.
It's a snapshot of the order flow. Exactly.
Of the order flow.
Yep.
But it is for sure not. It's not a fundamental report.
It's not a fundamental report, but it's not technical either. That's why it's great. That's why it works.
It's somewhere in between. It's a tweener.
It's a psychological game, Bobby. It's a psychological information.
Well, listen, just like golf and chess, mostly in the head.
That's right.
All right. I just want to finish on the fact that I do think that volatility is baked into the cards here. First of all, because I think we have never lived in a more splintered society. I don't think we've ever lived in a society where information flows and the verification of information has never been more doubtful. So, and it's never been more pushed towards emotion-driven information. And we all know that emotion drives usually shitty decision-making.
It's true. It's true.
And so not only that, you couple that with what's been going on for years now in the monetary policy and these assets. I mean, one looks like the other, and there is so much of that baked into the chart. I mean, you just look at the chart, and when Bitcoin went from 300 to 20,000, guess what? It came back to $3,000.
Right.
I mean, we haven't seen pullbacks like that in a lot of other fiat assets. And I personally think that chart it just can't keep going the way it's going without some serious pain, serious pullbacks, serious volatility in the market. And that's my call. And I think it's going to happen in crypto again. And I think for sure it's going to happen in multiple fiat assets, whether it be food and energy or individual stock issues, indices, whatever you want to look at. So great time to be a trader.
It is a great time to be a trader. Join us at marketvitals.io. It's free to join, and we're picking up members all day, every day, and we'd love to have you in here talking real trading, not BS, not after the fact. Before we set up, we'd like to talk about risk before we do a trade. I mean, we talk about trades before they even happen, which I think is the best way to look at markets. You've got to know, what if we go here? What if we go here? What will I do? That's what we talk about at Market Vitals. We focus on that because that's real trading, and we are real traders. No BS, no bump kiss, no, letters that are going to just fill you with noise.
Right on, Matthew. All right. You have a joyous Turkey Day. We'll be back Friday for a Market Vitals. Maybe we'll jump in on a Periscope for a form tackle before your Turkey Bowl. Proper technique. I'm all about proper technique.
Absolutely.
You got to drop, head to the side,
roll. Yep.
All of those things. All right, Matt, thank you.
Love you, Bob.
Right on. Love you too. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody out there.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Peace. Bye-bye. Out.